Hi, this is Stacy, and welcome back to HTML. This is the second lesson in the series, and what I'd like to show you here, I have two applications open. The first one is my Chrome browser, so that says, hello, I am learning HTML, and I am having fun too. And you can see the code here says, hello, I am learning HTML, I am having fun too. If I wanted to make a change to this, you'll see that even though this browser page here does display the code here, they're not continually connected, meaning if I make a change to my notepad, it won't automatically display here until I reload the browser page. So I have, and I am having fun too. How about we put, and I am having fun as I do it. So obviously this didn't change because I haven't saved this yet, but when I do save it, it still doesn't change. And the reason that is, as I mentioned, is that these two are not continually connected. I have to tell the browser to go and get the latest version, which would be the version that I just changed. So I'm going to come here and I can hit this reload arrow, or you can hit F5 on your keyboard, and you can see now that the two actually do agree, and I am having fun as I do it. Well, let's nest another tag in here. Let's just say I want to put fun as italic. Again, this is a little bit of an old-fashioned way to do it, but to open bracket I, close bracket, just before the word fun, and then I want to nest it properly within the paragraph tags, and I want to close that I, otherwise everything that I type after the opening I will become italic because we never told it to close it. So I'm going to close it with a less than symbol, /I, and closing bracket, which is the greater than symbol. Again, this has not changed, but first I have to save, so I'll go to File, Save, and then I'll come here and reload my browser, and you can see that fun is indeed italic. Okay, so I'm back to my HTML code. I do want to show you that there are a few more architecturally correct codes, or tags I should say, that need to be on the page in order to display it properly. So one of those is the head tag, and when you open a head, you also have to close the head. So anything that appears inside the head tags will not display actually on the literal page of the website, although there is something called the title, and I want to hit tab here just to indent that a little bit. Title, and I want to close the title tag. So the opening title, and you have to spell it properly because HTML really cares about that. And then I'll close the title tag, the same tag, but just with the /. And let's just say Stacy's page, and this is what will appear in the title bar at the top of the page. So let's save this and come here and reload, and you can see that Stacy's page is now up here at the top in the tab section, and that's what does that, this title tag. Okay, so anything that we type in the head is pretty much, and we'll go over this in another lesson, but it's pretty much, you can put meta tags in there to help search engines find your page, you can put who the author is, you can put your keywords, there are a bunch of different things that you can put in the head tags, but the most important one right now is the title tag. Now, if you have a head that doesn't show on the page, then you're going to have a body that does show on the page. So we're going to just type in BODY in the opening and closing brackets, but as we said before, most of these tags have an opening tag as well as a closing tag. So just before the closing HTML tag, I want to close my body tag. So it's nested properly. HTML starts the page and HTML ends the page. Then we have the head section directly after the opening HTML tag, and then we have the body section, which is everything that actually shows on the page. Okay, so since I didn't make any changes that would display on the page, I don't have to save it and refresh right now, but we do want to save every so often, so I will hit Control S. Okay. Now let's take a look at some of the heading tags that we could use. And this is almost like an outline. So if I want something really big and bold on the page, browsers have built-in styles. So each browser might display a little bit differently, and each person can control the way that their browser displays if they change some of the options in their browser. But generally, the H1 tag is the largest tag that you could have that's built into your browser. So if you were doing an outline, it would be the first level. So let's just say this is Intro to HTML. And then I want to save that. I hit Control S and then come over here and either F5 or reload my browser. And you can see Intro to HTML is big and bold up at the top. Now something else that we need to know is that the H tag and the P tag, they are called block level tags. And in essence, it's like a bucket, or it holds information. But it also, whatever it holds in that bucket, will appear in one kind of paragraph or block display versus something like the bold tag, which doesn't break the line. It's called an inline tag. So the I tag is also inline. When we use it, it doesn't make everything fall into the next bucket or block tag. But H1 is a block tag and P is a block tag. So if we have an H1, we can also have an H2. So we'll call this Understanding the Basics. And then save that, Control S, go back to your browser, and F5. See, that's a little bit smaller. And it is a block tag. Anything that I type after it will not appear on the same line. This will not appear on the same line as the H2 tag. And let's save that and come over here and hit refresh. So you see, oops, I spelled that wrong. That was supposed to be H2. Okay, so you see that this, save it, and refresh, does not appear as an H2 tag, and it doesn't even appear on the same line because H2 is a block level tag. So if we put another H2 after that line, H2, and then I'll put Understanding Heading Tags in that and hit Save or Control S and come back to my browser page and hit Reload. And you'll see Understanding the Basics, and this still appears on a different level, you know, as a paragraph underneath the H2 because H2 is a block level tag. And then you have Understanding Heading Tags, and that is also an H2, so that is also its own block level. And just so that we can see that there are a few more, you have H3, and close the H3 and type whatever you want inside of that, and then come back and hit refresh. So H3 is even smaller. So basically the idea of this is kind of like an outline. It's organizing, so everything that you have on a heading 1 level, at that level, would be an H1 tag. Anything that you have that would be one category below that would be an H2 tag, and then if you needed something to be even smaller or in a like a lower level category, then that would be an H3 tag. Also, I want you to know that if you put in a whole bunch of spaces, HTML will only count the first space. Same thing as if I hit a whole bunch of hard returns or enter key, it will be totally ignored because that is not a tag in HTML. So let's just save this and refresh, and you'll see that all those spaces that I put in and all the hard returns that I put in, they essentially did nothing. See, I can refresh this, and even though this looks different, I am, and learning is a few paragraphs below. If it doesn't have a P tag, it's not going to put it on a different line. And if it has lots of extra spaces, it doesn't matter. HTML is only going to count one of the spaces and no more. Okay, so that's a pretty good start for our second lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next lesson.